Hey guys, Aaron here. Welcome back to another Retro Monday. Today I'm going to be playing another retro classic of mine, Castle of Illusion, on the Sega Megadrive or Sega Genesis, depending if you're from America. So, story-wise, nothing too major. Playing as Mickey Mouse, you need to rescue Minnie Mouse from a witch, Miserabelle, who incidentally is the boss at the end of the game. So we'll just start off now. Just get through the cutscene. So I'll play on normal difficulty. Now, it's not a massively long game. I think when I played it originally, it took me a few goes to get to the end. But it definitely has some really difficult moments. These difficult moments more on the boss fights, which I expect to die a few times during this run. I did get some practice in, played for a couple of hours, because it has been a long time since I've actually gone through this. And I still had difficulty, but fingers crossed it goes okay. So you get a couple of moves. You get the butt stomp, which I guess you see in any Mario game. And also you can collect apples. Some other stages you can actually pick up other items. And obviously you can throw these at enemies if you want to. There we go, nice. Just move on to the next stage. Now, I believe the game came out in 1990, so very early on in the Mega Drive's life. And I guess a lot of other platformer games took quite a lot of inspiration from this. It definitely shows in some of the games over the years I have played. That was an extra life, nice. Get chased by an apple. So I don't think I really struggle with the first stage at all. You get this bit here as well where the leaves start moving around. Just need to be a bit careful where you jump. And yeah, you can butt stomp on the bees as well, which helps. Collect some extra health. Nice. Yeah, you have to be a bit wary of some of those little I don't quite know what they are, some kind of bug flying around. And then it all gets a bit dark. Jump across the ghosts. Yeah, there's a lot of random stuff in this game, but it all kind of works out at the end of the day. Now, after this game came out, there was actually I wouldn't really say a port, but they did actually bring out games for the Sega Master System and Sega Game Gear, which was a portable version of the Master System. And that was actually the first Castle of Illusion I played. And you know what? It still holds up, the 8-bit version. If anything, maybe I do prefer it to this game. So we get the first boss, which during my practice, I discovered that if you ran to the left side of the screen, just jump over the log as he comes for you, the acorns won't actually kill you off at all. So yeah, basically just jump over, fire an apple at him, job done. Takes about 10 hits. But very similar to the Kirby Dream Land battle as well with the tree boss. I've always thought that was a bit strange. This did come out before Kirby. You can go and butt stomp him as well, but it's so much easier just standing by the side of the screen here. Hope someone's counting. Weirdly enough, some of the other boss fights only take about 5 hits, so I don't quite know why this one takes so many hits. Awesome. Should be able to get the gem. Nice. So yeah, each level you finish, you actually get a gem. There's a couple of levels later on where during the halfway point, you can actually pick up well, 2 gems during level, I guess. So onto the Toyland level. This level does a few things different. There's a gravity section, which is quite neat. So there's the exit there. Unfortunately, you need a key to get to it, so The only way of that is just by jumping up to the top of the stage. There's quite a few hidden bits of health as well. Just watch out for the toy soldiers. Come in handy, I'm sure. I must admit, sometimes if I know there is health coming up, I will like take a risk, lose some health, and just collect it when I can. There we go. And there should be something else up here. If I can make it, of course. There's actually been quite a lot of Disney games over the years released for the 16-bit consoles. In fact, there was one called Quackshot, starring Donald Duck. Again, a pretty good game. I'm not quite sure I prefer that over Castle Illusion. But it wasn't a bad game, and actually Castle Illusion and Quackshot could be purchased as a double pack. I think that came out in quite a long time after the Megadrive was available, maybe even up to 98. I'm sure it can't be that far along, but something about 98 seems to sound right to me. So yeah, just run back down the slope, got the key, grab as many gems as I can. Exit. So again, it's just really navigating around, and you can actually use the item to, I guess they're bubbles or balls, to break through the walls. And that bit as well always reminds me of Sonic 2. Right, so there should be a hidden star. I really don't like this bit. Basically, you've got to mash the buttons to get out of the jelly, or jello. Find it always easier as well to fire at the jack-in-the-boxes. Yeah, there was a lot of other Illusion games as well. The majority of them did come out for the 8-bit systems. You did have World of Illusion as well, which was actually a co-op game or single player for the Mega Drive as well. Yeah, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, which is actually a really good co-op game. Played that a lot. Should be coming up to the exit. It's what I do like about a lot of the old games though. You can pretty much just spend a long time just replaying them. I've mentioned it before in the videos, but a lot of games, especially if they're 15 plus hours, I've only ever really played them the once. It's got to be an exceptional game for me to go back and play them multiple times. Whereas Castle Illusion, many other 16-bit games, I have gone back, played several times. It's and they still hold up really. So yeah, you can just use the gravity switch to kill off the enemies. What's kind of interesting as well is you can miss some of the gravity switches, so by the end of the level you could still be upside down, which is a bit weird. Let's go for that one. Right, boss fight. Now he does have a bit of a pattern to him. Pretty straightforward. He'll jump twice or maybe 3 times. Just make sure you duck after that point because his arm will stretch out. Take a bit of health off. There we go, jump on his head. And I think it takes about 5 hits. Oh, nice. So that's the second gem. Not really quite sure what technical bonus is. I only assume you don't die, something like that. Again, this stage isn't too bad. The trickiest thing with it though is that there is quite a few different routes to the exit. I will take the direct route, but if you do continue on, there is actually a couple of health upgrades you can get, a couple of stars. I think there was an extra life back there as well, but in any case, what you really want to do is just jump down this first bit, go straight to the bottom, cuts you off from the rest of the level, takes you right up to the exit. Gets it done pretty quick. And the music as well in the game. There's just something about it that, I don't know, makes the game very memorable. This piece in particular I quite like. I do actually think this stage and well, this whole stage as a whole really, is probably one of the best bits of the game. Quite a lot of difficult platforming. The end boss isn't too bad if you know what you're doing. Just got to avoid the waterfalls. Leap of faith. So there should be health up here somewhere. Thankfully, the waterfalls don't actually keep coming back. They just go once, so it's not too bad to avoid. This bit coming up is definitely the hardest bit of the level. So what actually happens is the water rises. You just kind of need to make a run for it. Otherwise you get swept back to the beginning. Most of the time it's just better to be patient though. Drop down. Should be the last part, I hope. Yeah, believe me, when I was practicing this earlier, man, I think I probably died a few times getting across there. So the end boss, again, very similar to the tree one, first stage. Yeah, just stay on the left side of the screen. Seems to work. You can either throw an item at him, if you're lucky it will hit him. Otherwise, just jump on top of his head. Nope, missed that one. It's pretty quick to actually hit sometimes though. There we go, awesome. Third gem. See, the next two stages you actually collect the 2 gems per level. Disney did actually make a newer version of this, a remake. It Come out a few years ago, and then you couldn't buy it for a while. I have been informed though you can actually purchase it again. End of March it was available. I played the majority of it. I must admit I've never completed it. I got to maybe 80% through the game. As usual, for some reason I stopped playing it. It does follow the game quite well, but the levels are quite different. If you want to play an updated version of this, it's definitely worth giving it a go. So, into some weird kind of cake land. Candy dolphins jumping across a screen. That's normal. Only thing I will say is I'm not looking forward to the boss because usually I will die there. Whether that's going to happen this time, I'm not sure. He's just a bit random, that's all I would say. I'm sure if you practiced it for quite a long time, you'd get it down. Maybe it's just down to how you jump on him, but that's still a little way off. So, we've got the gem. I don't know why they did this. Maybe for some reason they just run out of time and had to cut some of the content out of the game. It just feels a bit, well, like something was missing. Why the other levels had a gem per level, and this one and the following level, you get 2 per stage. Just seems a bit, yeah, not right. As the books fall down. Nice. So you can actually go into that mug there. If you press down on it, you go to this swimming stage in a cup of coffee, which is a bit bizarre. It doesn't really give you much, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Just grab the health upgrade, nice. Got the apple again. Yeah, you can go across the top as well. That just gets you some health. Nothing major. I really hate the letter A's. Every time they seem to kill me. They just jump erratically. So yeah, this is the boss I was talking about, which kind of looks like Pete's dragon. Bit strange, that. So, idea is either shoot him or just jump on his head. Going okay so far. I spoke too soon. Okay, so I've only need, what, 2 more hits? Oh, what? So yeah, you need to be very careful on where you actually hit him. The only place you can hit him is on the head. If you hit his body, anything like that, it will be game over. So there's the gem. So we just need to collect the final 2 on the last level. Still got a technical bonus though, and died a few times, so yeah, upstairs, so it should be like the clock tower stage. Definitely has some tricky moments in it, but nothing too major. You collect the candles now and throw those at the enemies. Safely avoid that area, don't need to go down there. So yeah, over to the right, if you actually jump off one of the enemies, you can get a couple of health upgrades, a couple of stars. But I'm not going to do that. Fingers crossed I can get through this section without too many difficulties. There's something about platformer games that I've always just quite liked. I guess back in the 90s at least, platformers were perhaps the equivalent of FPS games. You get so many of those games out. Well, maybe not so much now. At least they are trying to make other games. But back in the noughties, I guess, there was a lot more FPSs around. Call of Duty being a prime suspect. So just jump on him. Need to be careful there. Don't want to jump into the pit of acid, I guess. If I can make it across. Oops. Right, fingers crossed it goes a bit better this time. So I really just want to jump. Yeah, nice. So you get these big boulders rolling around. If I can just duck down here, let it go over. Perfect. Take them out. Yeah, there's some gems over to the left. Don't really care too much about those. Oh, this bit. It got me so many times. You need to jump off right at the last second there. And these platforms drop as well. Close. So there's another gem. Yeah, all the gems basically make the colours of the rainbow for some reason. Don't ask me. So, just need to go the correct path around here, otherwise there'll be dead exits, dead ends. Down to the bottom. Nearly become fish food there. Right. Yeah, this bit, again, nothing too major. There's just some really annoying bits, which I'm sure I'll come into. So yeah, the cogs do actually... yeah, they do fall down. Somehow mysteriously reappear, of course, but... I'm not going to question that. Couple of health upgrades. Yeah, some of the cogs actually go the other direction, so you're kind of fighting against it slightly. There we go, just grab those while I'm up here. Yeah, this is the bit. You need to kind of make a jump off onto the platform. Probably made that look easier than it actually was, though. Right, jump onto the pendulum. Nice. Can't quite make it up here, so you can go and collect those in a second. Yeah, you sometimes get a bit stuck like that. It's not too bad as long as there's not enemies floating around. And that should, fingers crossed, be it. It should be onto the boss. Now, this boss did take me a while to figure out. And again, when I was playing it earlier. So, what you actually need to do is get him to try and smack you. And then just jump onto his head. But you need to be so quick doing that. Because otherwise he defends himself. Just a case of getting him real close. Like that. Right, hopefully just a few more hits should take him out. Come on. Perfect. So that's all of the gems collected. Now, the last part isn't actually a level, it's just the boss fight, which is a bit of a shame, really. I know with the 8-bit version of the game, I am sure there's actually a level before getting to the actual boss fight. So let's go outside. So yeah, that just makes the pathway across. No hidden treasure though. Right, so Miserable. Takes a little while to figure out how to actually kill her. Mainly because she shoots these, I'm not actually quite sure what they are. They kind of look like ghosts or something. She fires them and you kind of need to either bounce on them to avoid them. But you ideally just want to not touch him, jump on her head. Yeah, when she does that, you always instantly get hit by one. Great. Right, let's try and get a hit in there. Just rebound off. Yeah, got a hit. Nice. I'm coming for you, Minnie. I hope, anyway. So, let's try that again. Ah. That's the end, yeah. I thought I still had a hit to go. So she transforms into like a mini chibi version of the witch. Mickey and Minnie have been reunited. I don't quite actually understand what happens here. So she tries to run off the screen, as you would do, I guess. But then they're all friends again. It's a bit bizarre, to be honest. Hey, I'm not complaining. It's a good game. It's well worth checking out if you're into your 16-bit platformer games, or into platformer games in general. It's a short game. I think actually I've completed it a lot quicker than I thought I would do, so... It used to always take me about an hour to get through, and sometimes I did have to use continues. So let's just get placed back down on land. Was she cursed? I don't know. Guess we'll never find out. So yeah, that was Castle of Illusion on the Sega Megadrive. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. As I said, if you like your platformers, give it a go. In any case, I'm going to leave it there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks for watching.